Okay. Grind it is. Let's see if this guy can punch a 1v4. Obviously not. What? He wasn't thrown far enough into the pit. Now, I may have died, but at least I got us another round. Oh my gosh, he's so cooked. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What? There's no way. I just lose. Yeah, at least I gave us another round though. I may have died in the process, but at least I gave us another round. Yeah, you want to know something that I just realized that I never realized before? Did y'all know that a step stool is called a step stool because it's a stool with steps? I just realized that. Bro, nobody told me that. They don't teach you that in school. A step stool is called a step stool because the stool has steps. I didn't know that. I just got drop kicked. Bro. I may have died in the process, but at least I got my revenge. I've never seen somebody do that before. I didn't even do that. Trying to make it big, trying to get my this nice little done. What the freak? It's a whole game. It's I just wasted your time. Stupid. Okay, that loaded way too fast. Thank God I'm not in another game with this guy. Is he stupid? He's stupid. Yeah, sure, let's wait in the only area. The only area that defecates is right there on the edge. If there's one thing I've learned in this game, is that you don't have to be good. I see a lot of sweats, people doing little dances upside down. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know how people get so good. But there's one thing that I've learned, is that if you can't kill them, you don't have to join them. This game teaches you that. If you can't take them out, you can take yourself out with them. You may not be able to take them out, but you can grab them and sacrifice yourself as long as you have other people on the team. Either have a couple of other people on the team, like 2 other people, or have one other guy that you can trust on the team. Yo. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's gonna be Subway. Grind. I felt grind in my gut, but I said Subway. Gave this side this again. Oh, if I'm dying, you're coming with me. I'm sorry, little bro. Yes. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Oh, I can work that. Get up! Oh my gosh, man, my character's so stupid. It only wakes up to Peggy. I don't want to get on another team with these guys. I'll just wait it out a little bit. Six, seven, six, seven. God, it doesn't stop. Ow. I hurt my teeth. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. And shake it. I don't want to ever go. I just want my two front teeth. It's time. Walking around the Christmas tree, having a happy, jolly time. Jingle bells, jingle bells, back. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, back the bells. You know, jingle bells, back the smells. Robin all the way. He saw the Batmobile. Then he got away. Jingle bells, Batman spells, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile got away, but the Joker crashed the car anyway. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells. Jingle bells, Batman spells, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile got away, and then he started once. Jingle bell, Batman spells, Robin laid an egg. Got away. Right enough. Jingle bell, Batman spells, Robin laid an egg. Batmobile got away. What the frick? Did he just reverse punch me? Batmobile lost his will, the Joker got it. Yeah, that's what it is. Jingle bells, Batman spells, Robin laid. Batmobile lost his will, the Joker got it. How did I just survive that? Oh my god. A double back-to-back is crazy. Bro, 3 times in a... Oh. Jingle bells, Batman spells, Robin laid. Oh my gosh, why is Sebastian here again, man? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Oh, shit. That sucks. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid. Hello, Shabash. I actually forgot I was live. Subway again. Why? Oh my gosh. I actually almost threw him down. Yeah, oh my god. Oh, nope, bye. Oh. No! No, come here. Wait. Wait. Where am I at? Wait, I'm not good. I'm not good. I'm not good. I'm not good. I may not be able to make it. Chat, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Wait. Wait. Wait, stop throwing haymakers with me. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Oh my god. Oh god. Alright. Alright. Yeah, that guy's dead. Indefinitely. Killed him. Bro. Just got fooled like an owl. Now it just is balding Indian superhero, man. That's it. Is he gonna win? Oh. Oh my god, I only had left. That sucks. They just want peace. Rawr. Yo, I'm a Googler. Imagine I get the same game with the guy again. Oh, brother, is he gonna crash out on me, man? Okay, yeah, I can handle grind. Yeah, I actually hate Subway, though. Oh my god, it's the same guy again. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him again. I'm actually gonna kill him again. Oh no. Oh wait, thank God he was too close to the edge. Knock that guy out. Never mind. Jeez, chat. Wait, was that round 2? Oh my gosh. Speaking of those round 2. Yeah, now them guys are gonna grab him, and then he's gonna find him. Oh, what the frick? He just manhandled that guy. That dude was dead instantly. I'm gonna look for this up. Let's go check the guy again. That guy's getting cooked. Little does he know he just killed his savior. I'm trying to help the guy and he just killed me. Stupid. He just got stuck. I was trying to help him. He just killed me. That's stupid. I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. Wish there was voice chat in this game though. You'd think for a game that's been out since like 2010 that they had updated their game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd think that this game would eventually have voice chat. I mean, what you do? Like, in all seriousness, what could you genuinely be doing in a solid 15 years with such a successful game just for it to all go down and just crap? Like, just like not focus on the game at all. Because like, this game is the life of it. It's such a dream. You know? It's an amazing game. It's funny. It's awesome. It has a cool aspect. The characters are nice. The way that the game is played is nice. It just like, this game should be everyone's childhood. But it can't be because it's too expensive. But I get that the guy needs money. But this game has been out for 15 years. Whether he's made money or lost it, he should at least do something with this, you know? This game has been out for... Yes. Okay, sorry. This game has been out for 15 years. I practically grew up on this game. Now, I couldn't buy this game, and I couldn't play it when I was younger. But I used to watch people playing it all the time, like Jelly and Sluggerman and all them people. And then like the ex-Willy Wapaluku, whatever, that dude that used to play with him. Stuff like that. His main color was like orange, Sluggerman was red, Jello was green, and Schwabble was whatever color. I don't know, he was like orange. But yeah. It just like... I grew up on this game. I never played it, but I watched it. I feel like this game is what keeps your childhood. I feel like that's what kept my childhood when I was younger. Definitely, like, what kept my innocence in gaming. People make such violent, horrifying, weird games now. I mean, once GTA 6 comes out, it's all going down. Once GTA 6 comes out, it's all going down to crap. In order to play GTA 6, GTA, okay, I keep on saying that when GTA comes out, the world's gonna end, and everybody blows it off. Nobody responds to me, but it is, and I'm not just saying, oh, the world's gonna end. Like the rapture, the actual Earth itself ending when GTA 6 comes out. We're getting an apocalypse, and I know it sounds crazy for that, but just listen. Let me turn on the audio so I can. Yeah. So that's way too quiet. The silence is so loud that it's actually in a weird way relaxing. I don't know why. So if you look it up, the top three most realistic games in the world. The number one most realistic game, like graphics and everything, is the airplane game. But if we're talking about real life, as in realistic realism, then an airplane wouldn't be realistic because, it's not like a free roam where you're getting out of bed, garage, and all that stuff. It's not a free roam. So an airplane doesn't really count. Plus, not a lot of people are pilots, especially good pilots. So yeah, that's the second best. The number one best is a horror game, but we live our life, not horror like. But the third most realistic game in the world is, get ready, Red Dead Redemption 2. Yes, you heard me. Rockstars themselves happen to produce one of the most realistic games in the world. And that's based off visual graphics. But in my personal opinion, if that's the most realistic off visual graphics, but if we're talking about a realism free roam, and that's in the top three, I say that's the best. Because if it's in the top three of most realistic graphics, and it's a free roam world, like it's real life, just real life from like the 1800s or something like that, like back in like the 1900s, like at the start of 1900s, I personally say that that's the most realistic. If it's a normal free roam world where you live your life just from back in the day and it's in the top three, it's the most realistic. It's got to be. I mean, it's realistic from how we live, except back then. It's realistic from how we used to live back then. And it's realistic from how we look right now. It's one of the most realistic games in the world. It is the most realistic in my personal opinion. Also, if you look it up, the number one most realistic free roam, real life, well played game in all of America is GTA 5. Besides graphics, it's the most realistic game in all of America. If Red Dead Redemption 2, with graphics combined to free roam, is the best, most realistic game in the world, and GTA 5 is the most realistic game in all of America, without graphics included, and they're both made by Rockstar, imagine how big GTA 6 is actually going to be. The number one most realistic game in all of America if you look at the graphics side-by-side comparison to GTA 6 and GTA 5, GTA 5 makes GTA 6 makes GTA 5 look like crap. Like, when I say crap, I mean absolute crap, dude. Like, it makes it look horrifyingly bad. If you actually look up the comparison, you'll see one looks like it's smoothly made by one of the most realistic AIs in the world, like ChatGPT or Sora AI with a boost. And the other one looks like it was made off a Nokia phone. Like, the comparison is diabolical. It's actually insane. I'm telling y'all. If the top most realistic game in all of America is made by Rockstar and is a free roam, and the top number one most realistic game in the entire world is made by Rockstar and it's Red Dead Redemption 2, which has good graphics and is a free roam, then imagine how big this game is going to be. I mean, just actually sit back and genuinely think about it. Like, nobody actually realizes that. Nobody actually thinks that. They don't think. They just think, oh, this is going to be, like, they just think, oh, I'm tired of dying to Oppressor Mark IIs and getting harassed. I've been waiting like 12 to 13 years for this game. It's going to be really realistic. I'm excited. No. If the number one most realistic game rated, like literally voted number one most realistic game in all of America, the United States of America, is Grand Theft Auto 5, and the most realistic game in the world is Red Dead Redemption 2, they're both free roams that take place in a normal daily life, and both were made by Rockstar Games, and it is now 12 years in advance. 12 years in advance since they made those games. Do you know how much time they've had to make a better game? If the most realistic games in the world was made by this company 12 years ago, imagine how realistic it's going to be now. 12 years. This game is going to be a free roam. GTA is the number one best free roam. GTA 6 is going to be the best after GTA 5. But if GTA 6 beats Red Dead Redemption 2's graphics by an absolute landslide, then it's going to be the number one best in all of America and in all of the world. It's going to surpass that airplane game, meaning it's definitely going to be a top two. The only one that would be most realistic would be that horror game, and that horror game doesn't count because it's just a scary horror game. The only one that actually would count would be the most realistic graphical and most realistic free roam. GTA 6 is going to be the number one most realistic game in the globe. I used to know how to hack. I still do. I kind of like retired. I used to brag about it all the time and, you know, whatever. I used to have a nickname Hacker. I used to make everything like green coding, and I'm not gonna lie, I think that's where I got my favorite green color, because when I was a kid, I used to watch like Green Jelly. You know, like I told you, like Sluggo Man, Green Jelly, and Quabbleop, or whatever that dude's name is. But my favorite color amongst them all, red, orange, and green, was orange. I never grew up with orange my favorite color. I think I started loving green. I never grew up with green my favorite color. I loved orange. So I think the reason why I love green is because I got into Hacker. And Hacker is just black and green coding. Black background, green coding. Anyways, the whole base of hacking is just coding. All algorithms. It is so simple. You just gotta know how to do it. That's it. It's simple. In order to do something, you gotta know what you're doing and how to do it. When you're about to fight, you gotta know what you're up against. When you're going into a fight, you gotta know what you're up against. When you go to use a console, you got to know what it is you're about to use. When you're about to drive a car, you got to know what kind of car it is so that you know what the controls are. If you're about to get a teddy bear, you got to know what teddy bear it is so that you know whether it's too big or small. And that's the same thing with this. Before you actually know how to hack, you got to know what you're trying to get to, what the mainframe is. And all it is coding. That's all you got to know about hacking. That's it. Like I said, you got to have that small thing that you know in advance before you actually go for it, before you actually do it. And it's coding. That's it. All AI software, all sites, all apps, everything is built off of coding, which is a couple of symbols. It is a couple of symbols and a couple of letters and a couple of numbers in the perfectly right pattern. All you have to do to hack and tear down an app is get into the coding and mess it up. Coding, there's no such thing as hacking. In order to hack, all you got to do is figure out how to get to the coding. That's simple. Just look it up. That's the easy part. You got to know what you're up against, though. Actual hacking is the hard part. You got to know what the pattern is, what particular to mess with in the pattern, and what of your own pattern to make, and what your pattern is to make, and where to add that pattern. It's all about pattern when it comes to it. Knowing the pattern, knowing what is right and what's wrong in the pattern, knowing what to add in the pattern, knowing what pattern you make to add in the pattern. It's all a pattern. It's all perfectly placed. Kind of like, how Earth is perfectly placed. That's how we know that we have a God. If Earth was like 1 centimeter to the right, we'd melt. 1 centimeter to the left, the sun would burn us. 1 down, and we'd have no gravity. And then 1 up, it would collapse. And then 1 back, and it'd explode, Coding is very hard to do. It's very hard to make it all. To actually make an app, because you have to have the right coding. It's very hard to do it. But, to actually do it means you made something perfect. All hacking is what the easy part is getting to it. You just gotta look that up. That's simple. That's everywhere. Just look up how to get to it. But to actually do it, that's where skill comes in. But it's all coding. You want to turn on an app, go in, and I'm telling you, add 1 single letter, or delete a symbol, or just anything. Delete 1 single thing, or add a single thing, the whole thing's destroyed. That's how you get viruses. That's why everything goes down. Whenever you get a virus, it's because the coding is corrupted. That's all it is. When a virus appears, that destroys the coding. That's where banning comes in, an app getting deleted, your app tearing down, your closing, your lagging, you get a virus, anything like that. Anything messing up on the software is because the coding is messed up. It's nearly impossible to stabilize it. It's a perfect pattern that's almost infinite. It's perfection. I think that's actually where I got my obsession with hacking. How impossible it is, the challenge, how cool it is, how it's perfection. But yeah, I think that's actually how I got in that phase. But still, it's cringe chat. Anyways, enough of my yapping story. Okay, my fault. I was going offline. But I mean, I went to the coding part for a reason. But I ended up going to the hacker. I'm sorry, I went off a little bit off topic. Anyways, point is, everything's made off coding. Everything's made off coding. Like I said, getting into it's the easy part, right? Like I said, GTA is already in the files. And they've already posted the trailer. You know what that means, right? So there's little gaming companies with apps that aren't that big, and there's big gaming companies with apps that are pretty big, like Red Ball 4 and Roblox and stuff. The little apps, the little app companies, the little app companies see the trailer and they see the files. Like I said, getting into it's the easy part. So they copy it, they figure it out, they look it up, they try for weeks. Eventually they get in it. All they have to do is copy the files, tweak a couple of things, which they got to get an expert on that. But once they do, they'll have almost the exact same thing graphically, but then just make their own idea of the game. If you're already a game company and you already know how to make a game, making a game's easy. If you already know how to get into the coding and you already know how to do that, that's going to be easy. If you already know how to copy off of other games, it's going to be easy. Just think about it. If you're a little game company, no joke, it's not that difficult to get to GTA 6. Them little game companies. If GTA 6 is by far going to be the #1 game in the entire globe, of course people want to copy that. Of course they want to make something like it. So little game companies, they're going to try. They're going to give it their all and all of their might to copy and make something like that. Matter of fact, they already have. There's a game called Half Sword. One of the most realistic fighter games you'll ever see. It's on PC. It's brutal. Second GTA 6 was announced. It went to crap. Just think about it. All the big game companies, just genuinely think about it for a minute. All the big game companies, because what we have is what we have. There's nothing better. There is better, but that's on better consoles, which most people don't have. So what we have is what we have, and that's what we got to stick with. The big game companies are the biggest ones out right now. There's nothing else. There's nothing going on. I mean, there could be, but I don't get how you'd make a big game for a small console like that. You know? So all of the big companies, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like all of the big companies, they're the biggest out right now. When GTA 6 comes out, nobody's going to be playing their game anymore. For the first time in 12 and a half years, all servers are going to be offline. Just think about that. For the first time in 12 years, there's going to be no servers, nobody online, no players, no games, loading in for queue for hours, nobody's on, games closing, games pausing. All the big companies are doomed the second GTA 6 comes out. So the big companies are trying to update their games and make their games bigger. Their games are already big, so they're trying to make their games bigger. If they're big, they're trying to make them bigger. You know what I'm saying? And the little companies, they see an opportunity. The big games are going to be dropped. Just think about it. If the big games are going to be dropped, and the little games know what they're doing, they're actually going to try. The big companies already made the money that they want to make. They needed to make. But like, so sorry I stuttered there for like 3 sentences. I wasn't stuttering. I was trying to figure out what sentence I wanted to pick. And I kept on cutting off halfway, so my apologies. But still, all the little companies are already figuring out and already making quite a gist, like just some kind of jiffy on how GTA 6 happened to make GTA 6, and they're already copying and making their own realistic games. with these realistic games coming out, they're so realistic that they're going to be really expensive. And since they're so realistic, everybody's gonna have to upgrade their consoles. You have to have a PS5 or a PC. You have to have a PS5. You have to have a PS5. Yeah. You have to have a PS5 or a PC if you want to play GTA 5. Right? You have to have a PS5 or a PC if you want to play GTA 5. If all the little gamers are trying to copy GTA 6, which they are making it, especially whenever it comes out, it's going to be a whole lot easier for them. They're going to try to copy it and make their games realistic so that they get a boost. Once the little games get a boost, all the big games are going downhill. Once all of the big games go downhill, then they're going to have to do what they're doing for their games to go back up. Meaning every game around the globe is going to be realistic. I mean, just think about it for a second. The little games see an opportunity, so they're already trying to make their games realistic, like GTA 6. And whenever GTA 6 comes out, it's going to be a lot easier for them to copy GTA 6, but make their own version of their own game. The realism and the actual realism of life is going to be insane. It's actually going to be diabolical in almost every game. You know, just think about it. In almost every game, it's going to be like that. So, when GTA 6 comes out, which is going to be like a year from now, at least 30% to 40% of the population should have already been polluted with realism games. And the big companies are going to go down. And when they do, they're going to need to boost up and enter the same territory if they want to stay up. So, if you genuinely think about it, all truthness, every single game in the world is going to be realistic. At most, there's going to be 100,000 to 1 million people. That's it. Playing, PS3 games. There's only going to be 5 million people playing the old games. And there's only going to be 100,000 people, or almost 1 million, playing the older games. That's it. That's literally it. That leaves what? 995 million. No. 7,995,000,000 left to play GTA 6 or the realistic games. Everybody's going to have to upgrade their consoles because of how realistic it is. And because of how realistic it is, everybody's going to need to spend more money. With how high inflation's already gotten and how higher it's already going, since we're not making any more money any faster, and we're not getting our money up, we're getting our funny up, chat, with all these memes and brain rots. We're not getting our money up. We're not getting our money up. We're definitely getting our funny up. Money up? Nah, broke up. Broke up, money down. Not money up. Not money up, funny up. Money down, broke up. Broke up, money down. Chat. We are doomed to darnation. You hear me? We are doomed. Actually, listen to, the words coming out of my mouth, chat. With how bad inflation's already gotten, imagine how expensive these games are going to be. And you know I'm not wrong. Bro, not even 5 years from now, every single game's gonna be expensive. They're already gonna be working on GTA 7. Either they're gonna quit and every game's gonna be realistic, or they're gonna be working on GTA 7 and we're cooked. We're doomed to damnation. Darnation. Chat. With how bad inflation's already gotten, imagine how expensive these games are gonna be. The money's not changing. And we're not making money any faster or any better. We're making the same amount of money as we did before. Just spending more of it on stuff that we used to spend little of it to get a lot more of. You know? We're cooked. Imagine how expensive all of these games are going to be. You know what that means, right? Also, especially with how wildly advanced artificial intelligence has gotten. Not even just 2023. We had Will Smith with bug eyes and a busted up face eating evaporating spaghetti and throwing it up at the same time while his eyes exploding. You know, AI was horrible back then. And now, if we stop seeing the Sora AI line pop up on the screen when the video plays, we won't know what's AI or real. We quite genuinely, we won't know what's real or not. With how advanced AI is getting, there's no way in HE double hockey stick we're not getting cooked. Every game is going to be realistic. With how high AI is getting, and GTA 6 coming out, there's nothing that points to the fact that what I'm saying is a lie. Yeah, I'm overthinking, but at least I'm overthinking in the right area. I'm realizing what I need to before it actually occurs. That way I can be prepared for it. You know? This is like an actual serious event. Like, every game's gonna be realistic because of GTA 6. And we already have 10% realistic games. A lot of people are already making realistic games now. People are coming out with a lot more realistic games. And the sad part is that we're going to get a whole lot more realistic games. And they're going to be coming a whole lot more fast. I mean, a whole lot more faster. Like, dude. It's not going to stop here. I've seen what I've seen. When I had this theory, I knew. And not even 2 weeks after I had this theory, I saw them coming. I wasn't wrong. When I had this theory, I knew I was overthinking. But not even 2 weeks later, when I already saw 3 realistic games, I knew it's coming. I knew it was coming. I knew I wasn't wrong. I knew I overthought at the right time. I overthought the right thing at the right time. I know I'm not wrong here. And y'all gotta listen to me. Please, for y'all's sake. I know nobody's watching this. Maybe sometime in the future, if I ever get famous, and people are watching this live from the past, like in the future, maybe whenever people, like maybe somebody's watching this live, I don't know. I really hope, God forbid, that at the time that you are watching this video, to whoever was watching this in the future, that what I have said so far has not come true. Because the sad part is I know it's gonna come true, but I really hope it's false and it all goes to crap. Because if it doesn't, I just predicted the future. Chat, it's Friday, November 21st. It's November 21st, 2025 on a Friday, 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm playing Gang Beasts, telling y'all how the world might go to darnation. Here's all I'm saying is, here's what I'm saying. How bad inflation's gotten. When this happens, with how bad inflation's gotten so far, when this happens, every game's gonna cost almost $100. At least 50 to $100. And there's gonna be a lot of them. I've seen them coming and they're coming faster. Nobody wants to listen to me. Nobody believes me. People think I'm overthinking it. They don't see it. But like I said about the coding earlier, it's called a pattern. I tell people, I got into coaching and I learned this one thing, OOA, observe, absorb, and adapt, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's my coaching thing. No, that is not the number one thing I've ever learned about gaming. That's not my number one strategy. When I was like 7 years old, I watched a movie called Pixels. Y'all know what it is. Y'all gotta look it up, chat. If y'all know what it is, you gotta look it up. If you know what it is, you know. If you know, you know. Pixels is one of the best movies of all kind. It's where arcade machines come to life. Not arcade machines. Arcade games from arcade machines come to life. And Adam Sandler and a group of other famous people have to fight it and save the world. Have to fight the games and save the world. Right? So yeah. That's an amazing movie. But the one thing that it taught me was that no, I'm just playing with y'all. I didn't die. Okay. The one thing that has taught me. Okay, I'm done. Okay, one thing that has taught me is that everything's a pattern. I've used that in life and in games. It's the biggest thing that it's ever been to me. It's helped me out in every situation. And it's like the number one thing to lock in. It's like that one inspiration quote that you heard like in your childhood whenever you were little, and it just stuck with you forever. And it's just like the biggest aspect of your life. It made you the person that you are. It changed your perspective on everything. It's helped you out. It's like a cheat code. It's like having a cheat code with you everywhere you go. But you have no cheat code. It's just something stuck in your mind. It's like if I just read that sentence in my mind, I'm instantly able to lock in. I don't tell people much this, but everything is a pattern. I don't tell people that that's what really keeps it all stable. But everything is a pattern. Chat. You can use that aspect in life. I mean, you can use that perspective in life. And especially use it for gaming. You can even use it for watching shows, for actions that people or animals commit, anything like that. Even stores or something, I don't really know. Even companies. Okay, I don't know. But still. Everything is a pattern, chat. Why was I telling y'all this? I'ma go back. I'm wasting my voice on telling y'all this, but y'all need to know this. I know that people in the future are gonna watch this. I really pray to God it doesn't get banned for copyright. It's like, if I just read that sentence in my mind, I'm instantly able to lock it. Oh, God. I can be prepared for, you know. Uh, this is like an actual serious event. What? What are you talking about? Like, yeah, say it. Say it. Every game's gonna be realistic. No, brother. More realistic games. And the sad part is that we're gonna get a whole lot more. A whole lot more realistic games. And they're gonna be coming a whole. Oh, okay. I know how I got to this now. Okay. As I was saying earlier, um, also, that dude who was talking like 30 seconds ago, yeah, he was saying something about telling truth. If you don't think I'm a sociopath, I'm talking about like how I was like replaying back my life. Yeah, yeah, valid. Okay, I'm gonna stop like upping myself. Okay, people don't believe me, but as I said, everything's a pattern, and I see it. I see it coming. It started 2 weeks after I had this whole overthinking thing, and three of them just spawned in, and I've been seeing more and more spawn. It's a pattern, and God, if everything's a pattern, and I know that for a fact, and I see a pattern, then that's not good. If I'm right, then there's going to be more, and they're going to be coming, and they're going to be coming fast, and they're going to get progressively better, which is not good. This is a pattern, and I'm afraid that this is a pattern. I want to be wrong. This is a pattern, and I unfortunately know I'm not wrong. I wish I was, and I hope I am, but I know I'm not wrong. Which sucks. I witness a pattern. Oh my God, Jacob's here. What's good, Jacob, my brother? My brotherino, my master doodles. What's goody, gang? Gangy wangy? What's good? How's your day been? Yeah, as I was saying before though, chat, like, oh, my day was good. Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. Yeah. Glad that your day was good. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Why aren't you asleep? Go bed. Go bed, man. Go bed. Chat, you gotta go bed. What you doing? What are you doing? I know that you left school. Congratulations. You graduated. Jace called me 2 hours ago. So I'm calling him back and just constantly hanging up. Pika. Hey, brother. What's goody, my brother? My brotherino. Yeah, well, you know what? Will freak you too, then, Jace. Ah, no. Oh, God. Wait. What the freak? I don't have Jacob on my friends list. What? Wait. Ah, ah, ah. Wait, I can't add him. He blocked me. What did I do? What did I do, chat? Yeah, chat, I can't add Jacob. He blocked me. Oh, wait, what? Never mind. I kind of don't want to call because it's like 6 o'clock in the morning for him. Oh, hello?
If you wonder why I was on your live, because I just want to watch you, because I got bored.
Okay, but like, what are you doing up right now? It's like, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning for you. So what are you doing up right now?
Because my dad woke me up. I had to go to. Hold on.
Chat, I'm just rage baiting. My voice isn't cracking, chat. Shh. Wait, what?
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. So,
Okay.
okay. Hold on. Mm. Oh. So, what are you doing up right now at this hour? Oh wait, never mind, never mind. You said that your dad woke you up, okay. Oh, wait, no, I meant, why did he wake you up?
So I had to put my dog outside.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm just awake now. So the only way I can be asleep is until I'm tired.
Yeah, well, what's up then? What's up? Yeah, if you don't mind though, I was telling my chat a story though. Do you mind if I get back to that and then like that I can like play with you or something? Huh? Wait, one sec.
I can't play with you on PlayStation
Why?
because I'm grounded.
For what?
I don't know what I did. I forgot.
Oh, brother, how are you gonna fix it? Wait, hold on, one second. One second. Ah. Okay, I'm good. How are you gonna fix what you did if you don't even know what you did? Well, okay, wait, so you can play Roblox though, right?
Yeah.
You know you can play Fortnite Mobile. Ah, okay. Ah, ah. Uh, 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 Chad, it won't stop.
So you're sick.
Ugh, badly. Yes.
Why are
Um,
you playing a game?
I went to my. Ah, hold on. Uh, I'm trying not to cough because it's gonna cut my throat.
If you're sick, you should be not playing a game.
Why? Why would I not play because I'm sick? That's a stupid reasoning. I
If
could.
you're, I'm just saying, but because if your dad's gonna take care of you, I don't know, by getting your medicine or something.
Yeah, I rest, I watch my show, and then I play the game. The only thing that the only thing that would sell my recovery would be me yapping, which is what I'm doing right now. Which I'll stop yapping after I finish this story because this is important and they have to know this for future reference. Okay, so just yeah,
I'm guessing you're playing game beats right now.
yeah. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna finish telling them the story and then yeah. So, so as I was saying, chat. Um, I see a pattern here. Hold on. I see a pattern, and it's not good at all. Like at all. And you know, with how bad inflation is, these games are gonna cost about $100. And you know, in order to play these games, you have to play them on a better console. So you have to buy a PC or a PS5, and that's both in a $500 range or higher. That means you're spending almost $600 just to play one game. And there's gonna be a lot more games that you're gonna want to play. Imagine in a month's time just spending $1,000. Just in a month's time, spending $1,000 on video games. With how bad it's getting, that's gonna be bad. So we're gonna go through. I personally believe with how bad inflation is and how much money we're gonna be spending on games. I personally believe we're gonna go through the Great Depression again. I know it sucks to say, but genuinely, if we're gonna be spending almost $1,000, because like I said, money's going nowhere. Gonna get your money up and your funny up? No, we're not getting money up and funny up, chat. We're getting money down and broke up. Broke up, money down. Okay? We're not making money any faster. We're not making larger amounts of money, and we're not making money faster. We're making the same amount of money at the same pace, but spending more of it on less items that we could have got more of in the past. It's going bad. Inflation is rising. So is the rising of the upcoming of the Great Depression. When these games come out, these $100 games coming out, people are gonna have to up their consoles. They're probably already working on a PS6 right now. Imagine buying a console for $700 just to buy 3 games for $300. You're spending $1,000 in under a week's range just for some video games. To spend $200 and another week and a half range. on like 5 bags of groceries. I'm telling y'all, chat. I'm sorry to say it, but God forbid, unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong about this, but if my theory is actually correct, God forbid, we may be coming up on the Great Depression again. Now, the Great Depression was mainly bad because we didn't have rain and they couldn't grow crops and they didn't have, like, you know, produce and factories as they did back in the day. But, I mean, come on. We have a survival instincts of a freaking cow now. I mean, you walk into a classroom and it's nothing but 6, 7. And you walk into, and like, you're meeting your cousins and it's nothing but brain rot. I mean, there's literally more people playing Still Brain Rot on Fortnite than they are on freaking Battle Royale on Fortnite right now. I promise you. There's more people playing Still Brain Rot on Roblox than they are on anything. The world is polluted. They don't know how to kill an animal. And they wouldn't anyways. We're polluted by vegans. And we laugh because our humor's broken. We laugh when a guy stubs our toe. But if we stub our toe, we'll cry or crash out. Some people can't even amount to killing a bug in this life. When the Great Depression comes, nobody's going to have money to buy produced food. And nobody's going to have a home. Think about it. You can't buy anything to eat. The only thing is going to be people giving people food on the streets. And when do we see kind people anyways nowadays? It's nothing but greedy. It's nothing but greed. We're cooked. Everybody's polluted by Still Brain Rot. We're running out of time on our range span of money. And it's nearly impossible to find a good person nowadays. When it all goes downhill, the only way to eat food would be to off animals. Nobody's gonna off their pets. We're not like that. We're human, not inhumane. But we're gonna have to find cows and stuff. If our cars break down because there's no gas, which is what I keep on trying to tell people, everybody's stupid. Gas is a natural oil, chat. Gas prices are more expensive than a bag of groceries. Give it a year's time and gas will be more expensive than a bag of groceries, and a bag of groceries is almost $10. More than $10. It's going downhill. We're getting cooked. It's going bad. I'm telling y'all, chat. Like, y'all actually gotta hear the words that's coming out of my mouth right now. I know Teslas suck. I know Cybertrucks suck. Think about the good idea of it. I personally, my dream car is a Tesla. You know, I'm not really a car guy, so I can't really, you know, vote on, like, getting that because it looks cool and it's, like, the drifting and, you know, it can go, like, 500 miles per hour and all that stuff or whatever. Like, I'm not really a car guy like that. But in my personal, you know, idea, like, in my personal, like, whatever, I personally say Tesla because, you know, a self-driving car is just awesome. That's the only reason why. You know, don't hate me, car guys. I just say Tesla because a self-driving car is awesome. But realistically, gas is a natural oil that you have to pay for. God forbid, what happens if we run out of natural oil one day? You know, what happens if we run out of gas one day? God forbid. This is a planet. We're not getting more of what we have. You know? We run out of gas fast, and then we gotta pay a lot for a little bit. We're getting a little bit amount of gas that's blowing in 2 seconds, and we don't have enough money to buy any more. God forbid, what happens if we actually run out of gas? It's a natural earthly oil. There's stuff that comes out of this planet that we have ran out of before. We have genuinely ran out of stuff that's came out of this planet before. And it can't happen again. And God forbid, there's a chance it can be gas. When gas runs out, what's gonna happen, car guys? And I'm not talking down to y'all. You know, genuinely enjoying car, having a passion, having a hobby like that, that's amazing. But when we run out of gas, which if we do, God forbid, I hope we don't, but like, if we do, that's gonna be bad. But if you have a Tesla, You get electricity from the sun. The sun is a natural resource. If the earth moves any way away from the sun, we're instantly getting snow and we might have frostbite and freeze to death. The earth is placed perfectly. Unless space gets violently shredded and earth is moved by slightly a hair, or the sun freaking explodes. Wait, what do you say? What do you say, Jacob? Jacob, what'd you say?
I said that.
Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, go ahead. So, like I was saying though, unless the earth is moved somehow, by chance, or unless the sun just decides to grow a pair of legs and just walk or friggin' explode or something, then, you know, then we're gonna have electricity. Always. Electricity is a natural, infinite resource from the sun, and we never run out of it. A Tesla would actually be a pretty good idea. If we actually go through the Great Depression again, maybe Tesla users might be able to survive it, because they have an infinite usage of free charged electricity. You buy the vehicle, and you never buy anything else for it ever again. You instantly have everything that you could possibly ask for that comes with it. Buying a Tesla actually wouldn't be that bad of an idea if this happens to her. I'm not saying freaking spend like $30,000 on a car that you're not even gonna like because it doesn't go that fast. And, you know, if the car does get into a car crash, the car will be okay, but not you. I'm not saying go for it, but it wouldn't be that bad. If this happens to happen, people won't be able to buy food. And like I said, there's not really that many nice people, so it's going to be really hard to find somebody that's giving away free food. You know? Yeah, there's people getting, there's people turning into millionaires, and they're turning into millionaires fast, but millionaires are not that nice, though. So like I said, there's not really that many nice people, millionaire or not. There's not really going to be that many people giving away food on the friggin' street. If there was, we wouldn't have homeless people, chat. So, a lot of people won't be able to buy food, and because of it, we might have to kill animals. But a lot of people don't live in exotic areas, so you actually have to find areas, like you have to go to the woods or find a farm, and a lot of people don't live near that, so they actually have to, like, take a car and go. What are the odds of that happening? So, like, people are gonna have to walk on foot just to find an animal to kill it. And it's gonna be bad. Like, real bad. Like, unless you're a Tesla user, chat, you might be cooked. I'm not even gonna lie. You might actually be cooked. And Tesla users are only rich people. And rich people are nice. So, that's definitely something to think of. That's definitely something to think on. Yeah, definitely. But, yeah, enough of that. My second subject is The Purge will be coming to as well, in my personal opinion. People take games so seriously, especially realistic games. But I've seen people take unrealistic games so serious. I watched a kid. I saw in the news that there was this kid that actually, like, was so invested in Fortnite that he played it for like 48 hours straight with no food, no water, without using the restroom, to the point where he had a heart attack and died. Yes, a kid has actually died because of this game. I've seen kids throw their consoles, throw their controller straight through their TV, cut friggin' stuff, steal their parents' credit cards, even hit their parents. And that's just kids. You don't want to know what I've seen you do not want to know what I've seen and heard adults do over games. And here's the thing. The reason why we get mad and we start, crying and rage quitting over a game is because we have to believe we have to believe it's real life. If we know it's a game and we genuinely believe it's a game, see, we know in our knowledge that it's just a game. But our mindset has to believe that it's not just a game and we're actually in the game for us to play normally. Because if our whole body, including all of our mind, believed that it was just a game, then we wouldn't try, then we wouldn't care for it. If we genuinely believed that it was just a game, then nobody would really care. Our hands are touching a controller that's shooting volts of electricity, controlling a coded animated character. For us to die, we wouldn't care, we'd just laugh. But the reason why people actually start crashing out is because they're so invested in the game, and they truly believe that they're inside of the game. That helps them. When you truly believe that you're inside of the game, you get some kind of weird sixth sense. Back in the caveman days, back when we were cavemen, there would be the people that would sleep at night to gain their energy, and the people who would stay up. That's what night owls and early birds are. Early birds would be people that would go to sleep and wake up early and take their next shift. When the cavemen would go to sleep, there would have to be a night guard on watch duty to make sure that their crew wouldn't die. And because of it, the night owl would have to stay up the entire night and would enjoy staying up the whole night and would get used to it, taking their watch. Eventually, through the night owl would get tired, kind of, which they weren't really allowed to be tired, but eventually once they get tired and morning comes up, the early bird would wake up and the night owl would go to bed and the early bird would wake up and take a shift. That's how we got night owls and early birds. Okay? So, we have a sixth sense. We got it from caveman days. We have a sixth sense, and that's whenever you sense that you're being watched, you are. I know that sucks to say, and nobody wants to believe that, nobody wants to think that, but whenever you feel like you're being watched, you honestly are. Not most of the time. Sometimes your brain can get corrupted. Sometimes you can just overthink. But genuinely, like whenever you're doing something, full gut feeling, and it just comes out of the blue that you feel like you're being watched and you get butterflies and you really feel that, that is the sixth sense. Cavemen were trained. They trained their mental state and their body to feel waves. They trained themselves to know when they're being watched. They trained themselves to be able to stay up at night. They trained themselves to learn to wake up early. Just think of it. Sixth sense, early bird, night owl. Dude, they had superpowers. And we still have them. People just don't know how to use them because our bodies are so corrupted with the freaking still a brain rot and the rudicy of this planet. And the trashing the planet and destroying the place. Harming everyone and corrupting people's minds. The way that the earth has faded, nobody sticks to it anymore, but we still have that sense. So, when you're playing the game, you have to believe that it's real in order for you to actually care and try, if that makes sense. Maybe you don't realize, because nobody would actually say, it's real, it's real, it's real. That's stupid. But somehow, some way, deep in your mind that you can't access, your brain is believing that it's real. That's why you feel invested in it. When you say lock in, that's because you're believing that you're inside of the game and you have to focus on not dying. That's what locking in is. So, like, when you're in the game, and you're invested in it, and you believe that you're in it, you have that sixth sense that you're being watched, that there's someone behind you. Your fingers unlock new activity. They unlock new, settings. Your body just goes into its whole mode, this whole parole vibe, and you fade out. That caveman days take over, and you don't even realize. You don't even realize that you've played like you've never played before, and you don't even know why. Your friend told you to lock in, and all you did was shut off your brain. Your hands take over and your mind gets corrupted by the BCE, and your ancestors take control. You're fully corrupted by the strong man or woman that you were back then. And that's why we have locking in to this day. It's not because of a skill issue, or it's not because of a skill or something like that. No. You feel as if you are inside of the game. And because of it, you have senses that you didn't know before, and your hands are moving at a speed that you didn't know that you could. You're pressing buttons that you haven't been able to press that much, that fast before. Your body reached an ultimate individual state that you can't surpass. And when you actually win locked in, you know that your ancestors took control of the will for a second there. That's how you know. Point is, some people can get too much in that zone. And that's why we have rage quitting. When you truly, the more you lock in, the more you truly believe it's real, and the more your caveman takes control. The more you lose, and the more you die, and the harder you die, the more it affects your mental state, the more it affects your body, the more you cannot take it. Seeing yourself die triggers a set point in your mind. Like whenever you're in a dream and you're falling and you're about to hit the ground, how your blood rushes, how for some weird reason, although you're in a dream and it's just your mind, how you can feel the wind hitting your skin, how you can feel the blood flowing through your body, how you can feel yourself about to hit the ground, and randomly you wake up, but right as you wake up, you feel like a pow, like you hit the ground, and you woke up too late. Your body enters that state where it doesn't want to die, and it triggers that set that just continues and doesn't stop. When you're about to die, your brain believes it's real because you shut off everything else except for that mind. And although it's not real, your brain believes it's real. So when you're about to die, it's scared and it doesn't want to die. If you were actually falling in real life, you'd feel that same way. Blood rushing, wind blowing off, getting more and more butterflies, and then the second you hit the ground, that same voltage that shocks you and makes you wake up is the last feeling that you'd feel before you splat to the ground in real life. That's you not wanting to die. When we feel as if we are inside of the game and we feel that zone, holy crap, dude. It's an hour and 54 minutes. I was telling this story at 40 minutes in the live. Holy fuck, anyways. So yeah, when you are in that zone and you die, the more beamed you get and the more close you are to death, the more you start feeling it. The pump, the blood rushing, you can feel the air in your womb swooshing and hitting you. You can feel the particles. You can smell the TV from a mile away. The closer you get, you can start feeling the fact that you're laying on your couch. You can feel what it feels like to lay on your couch. And then the more it goes, you can feel your hands touching the controller. And right before you're about to, you can feel the electricity going from your fingers to your controller, shooting the bolts of electricity, walking this animated character. And right as you die, this volt, this wave blasts through your body. And you cannot take the fact that you died. And is what triggers that ultimate shockwave, that volt of electricity to wake you up right before you hit the ground. That volt hits you, and it triggers, and you black out. You enter that ultimate state. You couldn't take it, and you crash out. And next thing you know, there's a controller halfway through your TV. That is called locked in. It's not called rage quitting. It's not called a skill issue. That's the true definition of locked in. When we hit that mindset, it just, it does something. It snaps our brain into a void that we don't even realize isn't escapable. Until we've escaped it. Yeah, I just got goosebumps. Alright. Point is, that kid who passed away unfortunately on the news, you know that kid was locked in, right? Which sucks, I feel bad, but when that kid was locked in, he didn't know how to escape it. And he didn't know what he got into. And he was so invested, he forgot about the world around him for 48 hours and passed away. It reminds me of this. There's this one show called Creeped Out. And I think like the first episode on Creeped Out is or like one of the episodes, like one of the first episodes. It's about a gamer guy who doesn't realize how much time passes away, and he's so locked into the game, he doesn't realize how much time flies by when he's having fun. And it slowly goes like more and more, you know, like he ends up playing for an hour, and then 5 hours, and then a day, and then he ends up missing his, like, this one person's birthday party that was like a couple days away, and then a week, a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years. Next thing you know, this guy goes to college, and they're wondering why a 30-year-old just walked in. Unfortunately, there's a certain state that we cannot leave when that part of our body is triggered. And when that happens, we don't know how long it's gonna last. It's scary, man. It's really scary. It really is. Truthfully, it really is. That is something that really keeps you on your toes at night that you don't realize. The point is, people get so invested in the game, and that's why, you know, people get so invested in the game. I mean, it's not their fault. They can't help it. But if people get that invested in the game and they believe it's that real on a game that's not even that realistic, then you really do not want to know the stories that there are on the news or videos that there are on people who actually get that invested on realistic games. My point is, people have killed for games because of that zone that just doesn't leave your body. That addiction that never surpasses. It's only that zone that really get you in that addiction, you know? You know that? Sucks. And people have killed for these games. And aim 2 hours on this live. Holy guacamole. And point is if half the world can't even handle, like if like over half the world can't even handle unrealistic games, imagine how bad it's gonna get when every game in the world is gonna be realistic. Like, just actually think about it for a second there. people are gonna be crashing, crying, throwing stuff, breaking stuff without a conscience. Me, I've learned to manage it and suppress it. When I'm about to throw my controller, I can't help but think this is $70, and I stop and I'll maybe scream in a pillow or punch like my bed or something. That's only if it gets as bad as it does. But other people, when they get in that zone, they'll forget about the controller part and they'll throw it at their TV, breaking a $200 TV and a $70 controller, and they'll only realize seconds after, oh my God, what have I done? You know? People won't realize what they're doing until the accident's already done. Just picture it. Tossing consoles, throwing controllers, stealing stuff from parents, pushing parents, and then your parent pushes you back and you start throwing punches. Imagine a strict parent that actually punches you back. Imagine when a kid is in that zone for 48 hours and you punch your parent punches you back, and there's a knife on your side. God forbid it may get bad. Especially considering the fact that a lot of these games are going to be killer games. Like, not just like guns of violence, like straight up brutal, vicious murder. Like, straight up, like, ripping off people's torso. Like, some of these games are genuine, like, quite genuinely going to be violently, viciously realistic. And that's not good. God forbid if somebody who can't handle it reaches that state too bad on too bad of a game, we might get serial killers. And I've seen it before too. I've heard it and I've seen it before. I've even read about it. Parents say, don't play that game. That game can make you a serial killer. It can. But it can also teach you a lesson. It can also help you. It can also help you release stress. It can also help you know what you're doing. It can help you protect yourself. It can help with a lot of things. But only if you're very weak and you can't handle stuff like that, and you go in that unbeatable zone, and you're stuck there, and you get traumatized, but you're locked in, and that traumatizedness, you keep on witnessing it, it keeps on getting to you, and it just keeps on, to the point where you're unfazed, to the point where you start enjoying the action, to where you start enjoying the visionary, to where you start enjoying doing it, to where you start enjoying it, genuinely, to the point to where you don't just feel that you're in it. You feel doing it. I know that sounds crazy and wild, but we could actually get serial killers from these games if they take it too seriously. If I'm right, and we do get full realistic games in the whole Great Depression, I actually genuinely think 20% of the population will be so immersed in the overload on what's about to outcome. I think, God forbid, we could genuinely get the purge. Yeah, I just got goosebumps again. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Do you remember me, boy? Oh, what's good, Roast? No. I think maybe kind of. I don't remember. Maybe you could jog my memory? But yeah, like, as I was saying, chat though, like, I'm not joking. Like, I know I could be on something, I could be bugging on the tugging. But like, if people get that immersed in the games, and that's not even on a realistic game, and every game in the world's gonna be realistic, and people might actually get too immersed in it. and start committing actions that not even God himself would expect us to commit. Like I say, you know, just give 20% a day. Just give 20%, that's it. Just 20% every day. But once we start getting, I say zeros is the lowest. But with what may outcome, we might start getting negatives. I know it's a lot to take. I don't really want to make a whole nother hour of talking on the same subject again. If y'all want to, like, try to re-hear it again to, you know, jog your memory and see if I'm right, replay my live if y'all want to. Replay, like 15 minutes back. But, like, the Great Depression, the Purge, that's not good. And last but not least, the final one of all. Like I told y'all earlier, if we don't have the AI tags on the videos, we won't know it's real or fake. Especially considering the fact only 2 years ago, we were busting out laughing on how bad AI is, and now we can't even tell the difference. Imagine how more realistic it's going to get in 2 years. In 2 years, people are going to be faking news, faking crimes. 5 years ago during quarantine, like, streamers were getting SWAT teamed. But now, streamers are actually going to be getting framed. And the evidence is going to be all in the video. And no one would ever know if it's AI or not. If AI's gotten this advanced now, they can straight up stop working on AI and start focusing on dropping the apps that they've made to detect AI. Because they've made apps that can like detect AI. AI can straight up just start figuring out how to surpass the detection on what's AI or not. And that's not good. Elon Musk has already made tons of robotic AIs. He's already made realistic AIs, like genuine AIs. So they're 40,000, 40K for a genuine robot, like an actual robot. I remember my whole life growing up back in the day. Everybody would tell us, the only thing I'd ever hear all the time would be, robots may take over the world, you know? And, you know, it's just perspective. I personally believe if AI was smart enough and if we did get killer robots, then we wouldn't really. If AI was actually smart enough, they'd realize how important a human life is. And they'd honestly just, like, make stuff more easier. Produce food faster. Faster cars. Less danger. They'd honestly just help out a whole lot more. But also they know that by us not doing anything and them helping out a lot would weaken our bodies and we may die. So they probably just like keep workouts for us and stuff like that. Like, I personally think AI would help the world, but people are teaching AI emotion. If we have ChatGPT, someone who understands emotion, Sora AI, the most realistic artificial intelligence out there, and Elon Musk's robots, I'm about to cook. Jace, what are you doing? Jace, what are you doing here? What are you talking about? Hey, yo! Also, Jace, I only called you. By the way, frick you, Jace. I mean, I'm simply having a normal, simple conversation with you. Talking about, like, that there's no valid reason to hang up. And you just freaking hang up on me out of the blue for no reason. I mean, I texted you that I'm downloading the app. You could have called me up. And so you just drop me. You just text me like twice and then just like leave me on red. So completely frick you. The only reason why I called you was because I said that you called me 2 hours ago and I couldn't remember if we were talking 2 hours ago or not. So I called you because I thought that you could have potentially called me while I left the room, because I left the room a couple of times. That's it. Besides that, you're gay and you cat sniffed your willy, so you take a spiggle. Yeah. That's why Rosie humps your leg. Alright. Or am I? Alright, anyways. As I was saying though, chat. Okay, as I was saying though. It's been officially announced by Elon Musk. I think he wrote like a zombie emoji and said, "You are this." Whatever. Alright. As I was saying though, chat. Elon Musk announced like 2 months ago that AI in 2 weeks or something like that will eventually be so smart that they will be able to surpass the smartness of humanity. Let me tell you something. Humans into a calculator. Humans coded a calculator. Like I told y'all about coding earlier. Everything's a pattern. They made the pattern. They made the coding for a calculator. And humans taught a calculator every single equation. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 8 plus 8 equals 16. 24 plus 24 equals 48. Simple stuff like that. Simple stuff like that. They taught AI every single equation. Like almost every single equation. And taught it to understand how the other ones work. Eventually, the calculator learned it. How they all work. And then it was able to add up how other equations work. Equations that humans didn't teach it. And eventually, it learned so on and so on that now if you ask a calculator something, it can teach you something that no human has ever been able to guess unless they worked on it for like a whole year. And AI, the first ever AI to actually be able to surpass the smartness of humanity was a calculator. And we got calculators like 20 years ago. If Elon Musk is right and AIs will be able to surpass the smartness of humanity and be smarter than us, and not that long, they will get so smart that they will teach themselves to be smarter and learn to be smarter and smarter. And they will get so smart that we might be doomed to darnation, if I do say so myself. Elon Musk made robots, announced that AIs are going to be smarter than us, which is true because we know that from evidence on calculators. That is true, not false. That's true. We know that. We have proof. We have proof that AIs can be smarter than humans. Although we taught them what they know, we can be smarter. Just like if a coach teaches you something and you eventually get better than that coach. We have proven evidence that AIs can potentially get smarter than humans. If I'm right and if I'm correct, what? Are you calling me stupid? What? What are you talking about? Why are you still in my chat? It says that there's 0 people in here. What are you talking about? It says that there's 0 people in my life. We're just in here just messing around in my comment section. But yeah, like I was saying though, if we have point-proven proof, evidence, pure evidence that AIs can be smarter than humans, that they can surpass the smartentity of humankind. And Elon Musk just announced that they could be smarter than us. And with how advanced AI has gotten, the fact that we can't even tell real from fake with AIs anymore, and only a 2-year range of AIs, and AI is getting smarter than us, and he made robots, just put 2 and 2 together. If AI knows emotion, if you put the artificial intelligence into the robot and kill its family, and it knows emotion, and it's smarter than us, quite genuinely, it might take revenge. We might have robotic vengeance. We genuinely might have killer robots. My whole life, 14 years of my life, basically 15 years, bro, crucified, almost 15 years of my entire life, the only number 1 sentence I've ever heard, back to back, but who are you yapping to? My future fans, the future feature creature reacher preacher. Dude, when I get famous enough one day, people are gonna look over this live And this is information that I want them to know. Like I was saying though, like 15 years of my whole life, the number one sentence that I know for a fact that I've always heard is that we're gonna have killer robots and they're gonna take over the world. And it may not be wrong. Because the fact that AI knows emotion, AI is getting too real. We have robots and AIs are gonna surpass the smartness of humankind in a short period of time. No joke, we might have killer robots. So, finally, it took me exactly an hour. Number one sentence you ever heard is you're gay with the hecky. Alright, get out. Anyways, I started telling y'all this 40 minutes in the live, and it's now 2 hours and 20 minutes in the live. No joke. For an hour and 20 minutes. Well, 20 minutes and then 2 hours. Yeah, for 2 hours and 40 minutes. What am I yapping about? Wait. I could just subtract 40 minutes from this. 40 minutes minus that is an hour and 40 minutes. Yo, it's good, Jace. So I have been telling y'all this for an hour and 40 minutes. Alright, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna mute you real quick. Okay. For an hour and 40 minutes, I have been telling y'all this, and I'm finally done. We have covered all of the solidly good basics. We cover the fact, like 40 minutes in, we cover the fact that we could get the Great Depression again.
Nobody's hearing you yap about Roblox for an hour straight.
Wait, hold on. Did your voice change or is it still the same? I personally think my voice has gotten better, but it's still really bad. What would you say, Jace?
It's worse now than a little bit ago.
Yeah, I know. That's because I've been yapping for an hour and 40 minutes, little bro. You think? When I talk the whole day and then yap for an hour and 40 minutes, I think my voice would get raw. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, chat. So, 40 minutes in this rest of the week, bro. Don't torture yourself for content. I'm not torturing myself for content. I'm trying to teach people how the world is going to end whenever GTA 6 comes out. And I took it into full seriousness. And I've been talking for the last hour and 40 minutes. I started telling people this 40 minutes in my live. Look, some YouTubers rest. I know. And I will rest. But 40 minutes in my live, I started telling people this. And I've been talking for an hour and 40 minutes straight. I've been telling people this. This is a very serious thing that people have to know. Even if people don't watch this live until later on in the future, whenever I get famous, and I start telling people, hey, go back and watch this live. It's still something very important that I want people to understand. And people need to hear this out of my mouth. I don't get much time. I don't get to tell people this. I tell people, oh, well, the world's going to end. And they're like, oh, you think whoop-a-doo-doo-doo, the world's going to end. No. I'm talking about Rapture, The Purge, The Great Depression, killer robots, the Earth exploding, like actual world-ending stuff. I've caught on to this in my time. And it's all going to happen because of GTA 6. People don't believe me. They laugh. They think I'm psychotic. Like, what? Are you an idiot? And a lot of people, they just blow over it because they think I'm just messing around. But I'm telling you, genuinely, I have proof. I have evidence. I have this theoretic theory that is now point proven by a strict lifestyle of coded pattern I know for a fact, and I want people to actually hear what I have to say. Maybe I just wasted my voice. Maybe I just made my voice go raw for another week and a half. But at least I got to come out and say what I believe. Maybe people can think, oh, I'm bugging on the tugging, it's hugging on the bugging, grah. Right? I may be wrong. For I may be wrong. But Chad, if I'm right, I know, but I'm concerned about your health. Bro, I ain't risking your chances of death. Okay, bro. I'm not gonna die because I have a scratchy voice and a sickness. I looked up my symptoms, bro. I probably just have like a bad cold or just a flu right now. When I went to my grandma's house and my cousins were freaking meat riding me and touching me everywhere, pause. Like, they were coughing the entire time, coughing on their hands, coughing on their butt, on their feet, on their fingers, on their legs, on their elbows, on their stomach. And they would just jump on top of me. I mean, every part of your body that you just coughed, you're telling me you're going to cough on every part of your body and then in one movement put every part of your body on me? Bro, they stuck their hands in my mouth. Ah! Of course I'm gonna get sick. You absolute Googler. I probably have like a cold or the flu or something. Yeah, I may have just wasted my voice for another week and a half, but I want people to actually understand what I have to say, though. This is important. So what if I don't have to talk for another week and a half? At least the last conversation I got to have was something very important. My point is, chat, at 40 minutes in, we got to cover the fact that we might have the Great Depression. Come again, God forbid. Another 30 minutes in, we got to cover the fact that we might have the purge. God forbid. And now, another hour in. No, another 40 minutes in. We got to cover the fact that we might have killed the robots. I'm not gonna lie, chat. With all that being said, we quite genuinely might have the wait, okay, bro, just get better and be safe. I'll always support you. Even if I'm not watching your content, someday people will support you. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I mean, I do have supporters, you know. I really hope I go somewhere with this. You know. But I really thank you for your support. Everything matters. Everything counts. Even if you're already subbed and you've already liked the live or something, or already liked my videos, that doesn't mean that you're not helping. You supporting me helps me in this time to stay strong and continue. Not see it, because I'm just praying for my cousin to survive. Oh no, whoa. Hold on, it only showed like half of that sentence. Let me actually like go to my live and like see what you said. He said, not see it. God, we come before you right now. And I pray to you right now, in Christ of Jesus, that Goldenrod Guesties, cousin right here, right now, will be healed of stage 4 cancer. I pray, frost and fire out, frost and fire out, that you will take the pain away, and that this horrifying disease that has been made and ran gruesomely through the devil, but has been fought by you, that you will win this battle. We come before you right now, we pray to you right now, oh God, in the name of Jesus Christ, that his cousin will be able to make it through this in the stripes of Jesus. Frost and fire out. Frost and fire out. We pray that he will be able to win, and you will win this battle against the devil. And it's not his time to go yet. In the stripes of Jesus, we pray to you right now. Amen. I hope your brother gets. I hope your brother gets better, dude. I'll be praying for him. I really hope your brother gets better. I'm really sorry to hear that. But you know, God planned out your life. He spent 9 months making your life, knowing how it's going to go, knowing what's going to happen. This was bound to happen in his life. And I'm not saying that the devil wanted this to happen. I'm not saying that God wanted this to happen because he's evil. God is going to use this and he will turn it around for the good. I just want you to hear that, man. This may seem like a bad thing, but in disguise, this will be something good. Maybe he'll be able to tell a story one day about this and inspire other people. Or maybe he'll just like be able to overcome this and realize what he'd be able to beat, and that gives him the courage that he needs to do something big in this life. Or maybe some girl, which secretly is a soulmate, would say, I can't believe you managed to do that. That's so sick. And have a crush on him. But then later on in the future realize how much of a blessed guy that person is and actually fall in love just to realize that that's their soulmate. The devil may be fighting through this. The devil may be fighting this. Like, fighting to push this through. But if it's his time to go, God forbid, which we hope it's not, but if it is his time to go, it's through the will of God. And it will be turned around for the good. And if it's not, once again, this is through God's eyes, and this will be turned around for the good. I really hope and pray, and I have faith that your brother will get better from stage 4 cancer. And I really hope that you and your family will be able to make it through this. I'm really sorry about that. But just know, it's not all bad. Under the covers, under the sheets, under the sheets, under the scenes, under the scenery, like, like it will be good. He will be okay. Either he'll be in a better place, and it was God's plan, or this will strengthen him and strengthen everyone else's lives around him. Okay? So, I hope he gets better. I hope you ever get through this, but just know it's gonna be okay. Okay? Alright. Yeah. So, Jet, I think that's about it. You know? We cover the fact that we might go through the Great Depression again, the Purge, robots. It's just a theory. Truthfully, it's just a theory. I'm not bugging on it, but I will say, with that in my mind, every single time I think of GTA 6, I am not excited for it to come out. I hope that doesn't happen. And I really hope in the future, whenever people are watching this, that what I'm saying hasn't come true. But if it does, just know that Sin VIP Haitian Hageo just predicted the freaking future. Give me my money. Give me my money. I want my bill. I want my billion. Give me my money. Alright. Actually, though. Alright, anyways. I know that there's a lot that I was trying to cover earlier, and that's what made me come to the subject. I was trying to talk about how I think that they should do something with Gang Beasts and make it better. I'll probably cover that on an X Live, but for now, I'm gonna switch over to the live. And yeah, we're gonna switch over to live or just pause it for a little while or hop off for a little bit. I don't know. Anyways, if I go live again, then yeah. But if I don't, I hope everyone here has a blessed day. You know, I hope everyone here has a blessed day, a good night, sleep, a good day today. Have a good night, sweet dreams, don't let the bedbugs bite. Unless you like that, unless you, I don't know, no, I'm just kidding. But still. Anyways, chat, hope to have fun. Good night. Unless I start up another live. But, like I always say,